When I was a kid, I stole my sweet Colombian mother's minivan, as I often did, and I didn't have a license, but I played a lot of Mario Kart, so I knew what I was doing, and this time it was for a very good reason. I was driving one of my best friends, Ari, and his entire band to play the biggest show of their life, Warped Tour. The thing is, on the way to Warped Tour, the van broke down. He thought he was gonna miss the show, and he would've if it wasn't for one ice cream man named Kevin. My friends and I were like 15 and 16, and one of our best friends, Ari Bose, was in a band, and we might as well have been his groupies. Not like that, you sicko. I mean, we would show up to any show they would play. And of course, back in those days, they were playing any show they could book. And every single show, we would show up 10 to 12 emo kids deep and be the loudest people in the room. I'm talking, we would bring the energy. If they played a coffee shop, we'd be crowd surfing and jumping off where they make the latte. And this went on for months until pretty soon their reputation spread. Hey, if you book this local band, not only do they play good, they'll bring like 10 people, and they're the most excited people you've ever met. One day, my friend gets the biggest call of his life, an opportunity to play at Warped Tour, which is like the emo kid, pop punk kid mecca. So of course he said yes, and of course we went along with him. We all piled into this van that looked like it belonged to Loaded Diaper and drove like an hour and a half to Warped Tour. Except on the way, the van broke down. I remember it like it was yesterday. We were screaming the words to our favorite songs, riding a high on the way to the biggest show of my friend's life, when all of a sudden the engine of my mom's minivan starts smoking. We had to pull over on the side of the highway. We're an hour away from the venue and no way to get there. Everyone's freaking out. I can't call my mom because I stole her minivan. We needed some way to transport 12 teenagers and band equipment to a venue that was almost an hour away. Then we remembered, wait, we know the ice cream man. Because back in those days, there were no Uber or Lyft. Instead, we were best friends with our ice cream man. He was a man named Kevin, and he would give us rides all the time, and we had his number. So we called him, and then 30 minutes later, he shows up blasting the ice cream music. We load the drums, we load the bass, we load the guitars, and we fly down the highway. We pull up to the Warped Tour venue like 10 minutes before my friend is supposed to go on stage. We show security our artist pass, and he directs us to an area where all the bands, and this is peak Warped Tour, so I'm talking Katy Perry, 303, All American Reject, are unloading their tour buses. So of course, we pull up to this area blasting my friend's band's music through the loudspeakers of the ice cream truck. And they're all looking at us like, whoa, who is that? We hop out of that van, unload the truck in 5 minutes flat, and my friends barely make their set. I remember being in that crowd, being the most hype I've ever been in my life. And then my phone buzzes in my pocket. It's been buzzing for the last 30 minutes. I answer the phone and my mom is like, Alejandro, where is my minivan? And I go, I knew I was forgetting something. That was 15 years ago. And 15 years later, I'm still best friends with that kid from the band, Ari Bose, and he's still making music, and it's better than ever. So you should go check it out and catch me at a show, because I will be moshing, but I won't be pulling up in an ice cream truck because we have no idea what happened to Uncle Kevin.
I think there might be something in the water. I'll choke it down, we'll spit it out, I'll drink a little longer. In desperate times, it's do or die, but I never seem to do it